On November 21, 2024, the world witnessed a chilling escalation in the Russo-Ukrainian war. Russia launched an unprecedented attack using its newly revealed Oreshnik Intermediate-Range Ballistic Missile, or IRBM. The target was the Pivden-Mash facility in Dnipro, a critical hub for Ukraine's aerospace industry. This attack marked the first confirmed use of an IRBM in a modern conflict, signaling a dangerous shift in modern warfare. The Oreshnik, meaning hazelnut in Russian, is a highly advanced weapon system shrouded in secrecy. Its emergence has sent shockwaves through the international community, raising concerns about the future of regional and global security. The attack on Pivden-Mash, while strategically significant, represents something far more profound: the dawn of a new era of warfare, where advanced missile technology takes center stage. This event has forced the world to confront the very real threat posed by IRBMs. Their range, speed, and payload capacity make them highly effective weapons, capable of inflicting significant damage. The Oreshnik attack serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of these weapons and the urgent need for effective countermeasures. The Oreshnik IRBM represents a significant leap forward in Russian missile technology. While its exact specifications remain classified, preliminary assessments suggest it possesses a range exceeding 3,000 kilometers and can carry multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs. These capabilities allow Russia to strike targets deep within enemy territory with devastating precision, potentially overwhelming existing missile defense systems. The development and deployment of the Oreshnik have raised serious concerns about Russia's adherence to international arms control treaties. The missile's range potentially violates the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces, or INF, treaty, which banned ground-launched ballistic and cruise missiles with ranges between 500 and 5,500 kilometers. This treaty's demise, coupled with the emergence of the Oreshnik, has reignited fears of a new arms race with potentially destabilizing consequences for global security. The Oreshnik's advanced capabilities have also raised questions about the effectiveness of existing missile defense systems. Its speed, maneuverability, and MIRV payload pose significant challenges for even the most sophisticated defense networks. The attack on Pivden-Mash has exposed potential vulnerabilities in current missile defense strategies, prompting a reassessment of defense postures and the need for enhanced capabilities. The Oreshnik attack has far-reaching implications for global security. It has highlighted the growing threat posed by advanced missile technology and the potential for rapid escalation in future conflicts. The attack has also underscored the importance of international cooperation in addressing the proliferation of these weapons and the need for renewed dialogue on arms control measures. The international community must now grapple with the challenge of deterring the use of IRBMs and mitigating the risks they pose. This will require a multifaceted approach, including strengthening missile defense capabilities, enhancing intelligence sharing and early warning systems, and pursuing diplomatic efforts to prevent further proliferation. The Oreshnik attack serves as a wake-up call, reminding us that the threat of large-scale conflict is ever present. It underscores the need for continued vigilance, preparedness, and a commitment to international cooperation to maintain global security in an increasingly uncertain world. The future of warfare has changed, and the world must adapt to confront the challenges posed by this new era of advanced missile technology. Intermediate-range ballistic missiles, or IRBMs, occupy a unique and unsettling space in the history of warfare. While SRBMs are common in conflicts like the Russo-Ukrainian War, IRBMs have been strategic deterrents. The November 21st attack marked a watershed moment in missile warfare. The Cold War saw a frantic arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union. The INF Treaty in 1987 eliminated an entire class of nuclear-armed IRBMs. The treaty's demise in 2019 reignited fears of a new arms race. The use of an IRBM in the current conflict is a strategic game-changer. Section 2. The Oreshnik's lineage, from rubege to reality. The Oreshnik IRBM is rooted in the RS-26 rubege, a long-rumored Russian ICBM program. Shrouded in secrecy, the Rubege project has been the subject of much speculation. Initial assessments suggested it would replace older ICBMs, offering increased range and accuracy. The emergence of the Oreshnik seems to confirm these suspicions. Its design bears striking similarities to the RS-26, suggesting it's a variant modified for an IRBM role. Section 3. Unraveling the Kedr connection. Adding another layer of intrigue to the Oreshnik story is the emergence of yet another codename, Kedr. Ukrainian intelligence, in the aftermath of the November 21st attack, released information claiming that Oreshnik was merely a developmental designation, while Kedr, meaning cedar in Russian, was the missile's actual operational name. According to these reports, the Kedr possesses several alarming characteristics. It is allegedly capable of carrying up to 6 independently targetable warheads, each containing multiple submunitions. Furthermore, its terminal phase speed is said to exceed Mach 11, making interception exceptionally difficult for existing missile defense systems. While these claims should be treated with caution, as concrete evidence remains scarce, they align with the observed capabilities of the missile used in the Pivdenmash attack. The scale of the damage and the reported use of multiple warheads lend credence to the Ukrainian assessment, suggesting that the Kedr, or at least a missile bearing a strong resemblance to it, is now operational. The implications of this revelation are significant. If the Kedr's purported capabilities are accurate, it represents a quantum leap in Russian missile technology. Its multiple warheads and high speed pose a direct challenge to NATO's integrated air and missile defense architecture, potentially undermining the alliance's ability to defend its territory and deter aggression. Section 4. A new breed of threat, Oreshnik's capabilities and implications. While much remains unknown about the Oreshnik Kedr missile system, even the limited information available paints a disconcerting picture. Its estimated range of up to 5,500 kilometers places a significant portion of Europe within striking distance, including key NATO installations and population centers. This, coupled with its alleged MIRV capability and high terminal velocity, makes it a potent weapon with the potential to inflict significant damage and sow widespread panic. The Oreshnik's emergence has forced a reassessment of conventional military doctrines and defense postures. No longer can potential adversaries rely solely on possessing a limited number of strategic ballistic missiles for deterrence. The Oreshnik, with its combination of range, accuracy, and payload, blurs the lines between tactical and strategic weaponry, introducing a new and dangerous dynamic to the battlefield. Furthermore, the Oreshnik's use in the Ukrainian conflict raises serious concerns about the future of arms control. Its development, seemingly conducted in secret and potentially violating existing treaties, highlights the limitations of current agreements in preventing the proliferation of advanced missile technology. The international community must address this challenge urgently, seeking new avenues for dialogue and cooperation to prevent a new arms race that could have catastrophic consequences. A shroud of secrecy, unraveling the Oreshnik's origins. The November 21st attack on Pivdenmash thrust the Oreshnik IRBM into the global spotlight. Russia kept the Oreshnik's development tightly under wraps, leaving analysts scrambling for answers. The lack of concrete information fueled speculation and unease. Was this a new missile system or a modification of an existing design? What were its true capabilities and intended purpose? The Oreshnik's sudden appearance underscored the challenges of intelligence gathering in the 21st century. The RS-26 Rubezh connection fact or fiction. As intelligence agencies scrambled to gather information about the Oreshnik, one name kept resurfacing: the RS-26 Rubezh. This long-rumored Russian ICBM, shrouded in its own veil of secrecy, became the subject of intense scrutiny as analysts searched for clues about the Oreshnik's origins. The Rubezh program, believed to be in development since the early 2000s, had always been a source of concern for Western military planners. Its purported range and advanced capabilities, including the potential to carry multiple warheads, placed it firmly in the category of strategic weapon systems capable of upsetting the delicate balance of power. Some experts theorized that the Oreshnik was not a new missile system, but rather a variant of the RS-26, modified to fulfill an IRBM role. This theory, while plausible, was difficult to confirm given the limited information available about both weapon systems. The lack of clear visual evidence and the Russian government's silence on the matter only fueled speculation. the possibility of an RS-26 connection raised a number of unsettling questions. Had Russia intentionally misled the international community about the true nature of the Rubezh program? Was the development of an IRBM variant a deliberate attempt to circumvent existing arms control treaties? The answers to these questions held significant implications for understanding Russia's strategic intentions and its willingness to challenge the existing international order. Kedra, a phantom emerges from the shadows. As if the mystery surrounding the Oreshnik wasn't complex enough, a new name emerged from the shadows in the aftermath of the Pivdenmash attack. Kedra. Ukrainian intelligence, citing their own sources, claimed that Oreshnik was merely a developmental codename, while Kedra, meaning cedar in Russian, was the missile's true operational designation. This revelation, if true, added another layer of intrigue to an already perplexing situation. Was Kedra simply another name for the Oreshnik, or did it signify a distinct but related missile system? The Ukrainian government, while confident in their assessment, provided limited technical details to support their claims, leaving the international community with more questions than answers. Adding to the confusion were reports of the Kedra possessing even more advanced capabilities than the Oreshnik. Some sources claimed it could carry up to 6 independently targetable warheads, each containing multiple submunitions, making it a far more potent weapon than initially assessed. The emergence of the Kedra codename highlighted the challenges of navigating the world of military intelligence, particularly when dealing with a nation like Russia, known for its disinformation campaigns and deliberate obfuscation. Separating fact from fiction in such an environment required a careful and measured approach, relying on verified information and avoiding hasty conclusions. Section 4. Implications of ambiguity, uncertainty, and the fog of war. The lack of clarity surrounding the Oreshnik Kedra missile system had profound implications for global security. The inability to definitively assess its capabilities, origins, and intended purpose created a dangerous level of uncertainty, complicating efforts to formulate an appropriate response. This uncertainty played directly into Russia's hands. By keeping the international community guessing, Moscow sowed doubt and discord, potentially delaying or even paralyzing any collective action. The longer the mystery persisted, the more difficult it became to build a consensus on how to address the threat posed by this new weapon. Moreover, the lack of transparency eroded trust and fueled an already volatile geopolitical climate. Accusations flew back and forth, with some accusing Russia of blatant treaty violations, while others urged caution and restraint. The absence of a clear and unified understanding of the threat only served to exacerbate existing tensions. The Oreshnik Kedra affair underscored the need for enhanced intelligence sharing and cooperation among allied nations. By pooling resources and expertise, the international community could more effectively pierce the fog of war and develop a shared understanding of the threats it faces. Failure to do so risked emboldening adversaries and increasing the likelihood of miscalculation and conflict. Section 1. Ground Zero. Assessing the damage at Pivdenmash. The Oreshnik missile strike left Pivdenmash in ruins, crippling Ukraine's aerospace hub. Emergency responders battled fires and searched for survivors amidst the wreckage. Section 2. The Fog of War. Challenges in determining the full extent of the damage. Conflicting reports and restricted access made it difficult to assess the true impact. Journalists relied on satellite imagery and eyewitness accounts to piece together the story. Section 3. Beyond physical destruction, the strategic impact of the Pivdenmash attack. The attack aimed to degrade Ukraine's defense capabilities and morale. It also served as a warning to the international community about Russia's strategic intentions. Section 4. Rebuilding and recovery. The long road ahead for Pivdenmash and Ukraine's defense industry. Rebuilding Pivdenmash will be a daunting task amid ongoing conflict. International partners have pledged support for Ukraine's recovery efforts. Section 1. A new calculus of risk. The Oreshnik and NATO's security dilemma. The Oreshnik missile challenges NATO's strategic edge. NATO must balance deterrence and diplomacy to navigate this new threat. Section 2. Under the Oreshnik's shadow, NATO bases at risk. The Oreshnik's range puts Eastern European NATO bases at risk. NATO must reassess its defense posture and harden key installations. Section 3. Testing the shield Oreshnik versus NATO missile defense. The Oreshnik's advanced capabilities challenge NATO's missile defense. NATO must enhance its systems to counter this sophisticated threat. Section 4. Beyond interception, the broader strategic challenge. Deterring aggression requires more than just missile defense. NATO must combine military strength with diplomacy and economic measures. Section 5. A new era of deterrence, strengthening NATO's response. NATO must modernize its forces and maintain unity against Russian aggression. A comprehensive approach is needed to address both immediate and long-term threats. Section 1. A shield under scrutiny, NATO's missile defense in the spotlight. The Oreshnik attack exposed vulnerabilities in NATO's missile defense. NATO must evolve its defenses to counter advanced threats. Section 2. Layered defense. A multi-tiered approach to missile interception. NATO's multi-tiered defense aims to intercept missiles at various stages. The Oreshnik's capabilities require a coordinated response across all defense layers. Section 3. Gaps in the armor limitations of existing systems against advanced threats. NATO's missile defense architecture, though advanced, has limitations. The Oreshnik attack revealed vulnerabilities, stressing the need for continuous improvement. Current radar systems struggle with MIRVs and decoys. Geographic coverage is limited, leaving gaps in defense. Interceptors may not effectively counter hypersonic threats. Addressing these requires advanced radar, expanded coverage, and new interceptor technologies. Section 4. The cost of deterrence. Balancing capability and affordability. Strengthening NATO's missile defense architecture comes at a significant cost, particularly at a time when member states are facing increasing economic pressures and competing budgetary demands. Finding the right balance between capability and affordability is essential for maintaining a credible deterrent without undermining other critical national security priorities. Developing, deploying, and maintaining advanced missile defense systems requires billions of dollars in investment. Interceptors alone can cost tens of millions of dollars each, and their complex radar and command and control systems require ongoing maintenance and upgrades. In an era of constrained budgets, these costs can create significant political and economic challenges. Moreover, the effectiveness of missile defense is not solely determined by the amount of money invested. Factors such as geography, technology, and the adversary's capabilities all play a role. Investing in overly expensive or technologically complex systems that offer only marginal improvements in capability may not be the most cost-effective approach. NATO must carefully weigh the costs and benefits of different missile defense options, prioritizing those that offer the greatest return on investment. This includes exploring innovative technologies, such as directed energy weapons and space-based sensors, which could potentially provide more cost-effective solutions in the long term. Section 5. The future of missile defense, innovation and collaboration in an uncertain world. The Oreshnik attack underscored the need for continuous innovation and collaboration within NATO. The alliance cannot rely solely on existing technologies. The future requires a more agile and forward-looking approach. Directed energy weapons, like lasers, offer scalable solutions. AI and machine learning can enhance threat detection and response. Collaboration among NATO members is crucial for innovation. The question of whether an Oreshnik IRBM attack can be stopped is complex. It involves early warning capabilities, missile defense effectiveness, and attackers' tactics. NATO's multi-layered defense faces challenges from Oreshnik's advanced capabilities. MIRVs can overwhelm defenses by targeting multiple locations. This saturation strategy increases the chance of warheads reaching targets. Oreshnik's speed and maneuverability complicate interception. Faster, unpredictable missiles reduce interception opportunities. Effective defense requires advanced tracking and agile interceptors. Decoys and electronic countermeasures further complicate defense efforts. Section 2. Closing the gaps, strengthening NATO's defenses. NATO is enhancing its missile defense capabilities. Expanding coverage and capacity is crucial. Deploying more Aegis ashore sites in southern Europe will help. Increasing interceptors counters saturation attacks. Next-gen interceptors must be faster and more maneuverable. Directed energy weapons offer scalable solutions. Section 3. A race against time. The urgency of innovation and cooperation. The emergence of the Oreshnik IRBM highlights the urgent need for NATO to adapt its defense posture to a rapidly evolving threat landscape. It's a race against time, as adversaries continue to develop and field increasingly sophisticated weapon systems. Innovation, cooperation, and a willingness to challenge existing assumptions are essential for staying ahead of the curve. NATO must foster a culture of innovation within its ranks, encouraging the development and testing of new technologies and operational concepts. This requires streamlining bureaucratic processes, providing adequate funding for research and development, and creating partnerships with industry leaders and research institutions. Cooperation among NATO member states is equally crucial. Sharing intelligence, coordinating research and development efforts, and jointly funding the acquisition of new systems can significantly enhance the alliance's collective defense capabilities. This requires overcoming national sensitivities, streamlining decision-making processes, and fostering a shared sense of purpose and urgency. The threat posed by the Oreshnik IRBM should serve as a catalyst for greater cooperation between NATO and its international partners. Sharing expertise, coordinating responses, and working together to develop international norms and agreements can help mitigate the risks posed by advanced missile technology and prevent a new arms race. Section 1. The Oreshnik's Shadow, a new era of warfare. The November 21st. Oreshnik attack on Pivdenmash is a chilling reminder of the evolving nature of warfare. This event has shattered assumptions about strategic stability and exposed vulnerabilities in defense architectures. The Oreshnik represents a significant leap in Russian missile technology. Its emergence underscores Russia's willingness to develop advanced weapons, escalating tensions, and undermining arms control efforts. Section 2. The path forward, collective defense in an uncertain world. The Oreshnik challenge is significant but not insurmountable. NATO and its partners possess the technological prowess, economic resources, and collective will to counter this threat. Investing in advanced missile defense technologies is paramount. Expanding systems like Aegis ashore and developing next-generation interceptors are crucial. Technological solutions alone are not enough. NATO must also strengthen its political cohesion and unity of purpose. Clear communication and shared understanding of the threat are essential. Engaging in dialogue and diplomacy is equally important. By working together, NATO and its partners can navigate this new era of uncertainty.